Yes.
So you guys watch the USA Wing Chun technology videos for past 2 days. What do you guys think?
Yeah, it's a lot of information, so but it's very good that you put forward the explanation that you need to following the steps, and you cannot only read the books, because you need to understand what you're writing in the book to be able to use the different to do the steps to develop what we are trying to achieve.
Yeah, like Dick said, it's too much information, because what Hendrik presented in the videos is the full technology, how it's now transmitted to the US. So that's why there are many details. And like Dick said, it's not about reading, it's about understanding what it is and experiencing it by itself, not just reading and thinking that this phrase or this word means something. No, you have to go directly through it, through experience.
Yes, and I also join Joe and Dick, because you explain it very well, but people who don't have the technology will not understand what you're talking about. So people need to have the education to be able to transmit all the technology which you are presenting in the videos. So the good explanations about the car with its components, and there is a lot of details in there. And if you compare it with the books which you have written, it's the same. So it's like if you want details, you have to work on that. You have to be able to apply it. And like you said in your previous video, the video before, it's like having two books like Wing Chun Matrix and the Resurrecting Wing Chun, which are not the same. So the Wing Chun Matrix is about physics, and the Wing Chun, the Resurrecting Wing Chun is more detailed. And in your last video, the Inception Wing Chun is about health. So you explained about, or you talked about the H model, which where you explain about, or where you explain how it works. So everybody needs to know when to recover. And with the H model, for example, you know your limitations. So not everybody's made for fighting and all that stuff. So with the H model, you can check it, how good you are and how far you can go. So like I said, nobody's made for fighting, or was born for fighting.
The important keyword is quantized. So
yes.
If it's quantized, then you have a clear vision, you know your limitation, like you said, and you can work on it. If it's not quantized, it becomes like speculation, and worst case scenario, dangerous to one's health.
Yes, and we want to be, we want technology. We don't want Wing Chun movie stuff, and that's a problem, which everybody has, and all those grandmaster here, there. So yeah, they behave like all the students, but it's the grandmaster's fault, because they make them believe that he's the god, he's the only one, and he's undefeatable and all that stuff. So yes, that's a big problem. And like you said in your videos, Henrik, we want technology mapped with today's sports science and all that stuff. We want to go, yes, the way where we can check which is realistic, and which is repeatable. And yes, it's really important to have repeatable results.
There is a problem in traditional Chinese Kung Fu. So, as I pointed out, that there is a cultural gaps in the Chinese history. Chinese Kung Fu today, seriously, I agree with Xi Xiaodong. Okay. So other of my traditional Chinese martial art friends might say, what, you know, why are you saying this and so forth? I agree with Xi Xiaodong. I want to say it clearly. Why? You look at the Japanese martial arts, you have Kano, right?
Judo.
Who modernized the entire thing into physics and everything, get to Olympic. You got Mas Oyama, who really go to Thailand and prove it in 1964. Hard work, hard science on karate. What is you guys Chinese do? As my last video, I showed that Qi Ji Guang at that time already using firearm. What you guys do? The other day, there is a person who comment on my video and start to want to challenge me and this and saying that, oh, Chen Taiji is short strike Wing Chun too. And of course, I report his not appropriate behavior, and I deleted him and blocked him once for all. People need to go to watch carefully what Xi Xiaodong said. If you put the Chen Taiji guy in the MMA fight, what will he do? Will he fight like everybody? Look at all those Chinese competition and so forth. If you put a Kyokushin into the MMA, you see how they fight different. If you put a judoka in MMA, you see they fight different. You put a BJJ or Thai boxer, you see all the differences, the uniqueness. You go put a Chen Taiji guy, we see all this thing. That's why Xi Xiaodong is telling that the Chen Taiji is not telling the truth. And you look at them, they are doing what? Wrestling and all sort of stuff. So that's why I said the best thing is to put it in the MMA fight, fighting people like Zhang Weili, and see what uniqueness you have. If you want to look at Qi Ji Guang 460 years ago, he is not fighting in his village. He is fighting the international water. He have to face the Japanese warrior. Today's Wing Chun, you put into the MMA, what do you see there? What is the uniqueness? So for me is that it is obvious, like when Xi Xiaodong said, wow, Wing Chun is just a girly fish. It's just like this, it will not be a KO, everything. You cannot blame people. You don't have the uniqueness, you don't have thing which is can play in MMA. You want to face that? Or you don't want to face that? And in everybody's village, in everybody's group, it's like a video game group. Okay, if you are in this group, you play this type of push hand or chi sao. And you can be king of this, king of that, but when you go into the MMA, what can you do? So that's why I said, you put a judoka inside there, a wrestler inside there, a Thai boxer inside there, and you see how they fight different. You cannot blame people. You don't have the uniqueness, you don't have thing which is can play in MMA. You want to face that? Or you don't want to face that? Thai boxer inside there, a Western boxer inside there. Everybody have their uniqueness. I'm not saying that who win. That's a different story. Now you put your Chinese Kung Fu people inside there, be it Chen Tai Chi or whatever in, or Wing Chun in, what do you see there? It is a mess. So are you going to blame Xi Xiaodong? I'm defending traditional Chinese martial art because I know that in the ancient, like Qi Ji Guang, traditional Chinese martial art is not like that. But then I cannot defend whoever Xi Xiaodong a critic. Why? Because he is saying the truth. And you cannot fight him. He proved to you. But if you have a uniqueness, you go fight Xi Xiaodong, you lose. I don't think he's going to step on you. Because it's only a matter of time whether you win or you lose if you have the uniqueness. So as what I said, the Japanese have Kano, who modernized the judo, have Mas Oyama to modernize the karate. What do you have in China or Asia? You making all these Wing Chun movies. Sure, you get high, you put this all, or fighting the karate car. Do you know what is a real karate fight? Go join the Kyokushin Open. Okay? Don't put it in the movie. The same thing is all this Tai Chi movie flying around. Go, Xi Xiaodong challenge it and prove it to you. What is that worth? So under these conditions, are we going, there are two cases there. The first case, what people preach today is no longer what it is. If you want to talk about the Chinese ancestor, the Chinese martial arts is no longer what it is. The second thing is, how is this type of, you live in a different fantasy world or movie world, is going to be able to get result like all other martial arts. So, you know, I love, and as everybody know, I defend traditional Chinese martial art, and even I go this far and get all the books and show you the evidence. But how many others claim of this internal power, everything, ever go to Thailand like Mas Oyama to win there? How many?
None.
So for me is that, what are you doing? That's why I say that the only way is to migrate the entire thing to United States. So everybody have a equal, reasonable way of looking at things. Otherwise, is what are you doing? You call this Wing Chun, that Wing Chun, that Wing Chun, that Wing Chun, that Wing Chun. Is it Wing Chun? Okay, so what is the uniqueness of Wing Chun? Or the uniqueness of Wing Chun is what exactly Xi Xiaodong laugh at. Because it's from movie. Well, it works. So like the other day, I show on this, the AI stuff. That is the summarize of what's the difference between Asia and United States of America technology. You see the parameter there. The Asia is movement, is a function of time. That's physical movement and time. For the United States, you have the physical state, mind, breathing, your energy flow, your force flow, your momentum, and your time, which is all the parameter you needed. And if you use this into all the MMA, people can agree with you, even the Olympic judo. But if you use this, that means that you have missing a big thing there. So you say, well, Wing Chun have internal. Standing in the triangle stance or the structure stance and using their mind power, that's internal. And then you go import Tai Chi and everything's internal. I tell you today that it's never internal. Why? Because if you do that, no matter what you do, for past 60 years, you go check everybody, no matter what their claim. If you put them under the respiratory measurement, they cannot breathe. Okay? So in like the 6 core element, the physical is the first thing you need to loosen up. The mind, you have to loosen up. And then your breathing you can handle the deep breathing and so forth, like the recovery and the VO2 max and everything. But now you don't, you have your so-called structure, your lifting anus, your tucking your tailbone, all is violating the proper dynamic for human body. How is this supposed to work? And then you say, well, this grandmaster do this, that grandmaster do that. Nobody better than can do better than this grandmaster. Did the Japanese Kano do that? Does Mas Oyama do that? Go watch in Mas Oyama's teaching video. What did he say? No, Joe, did Mas Oyama say that he's a god?
No.
What did he say?
No.
I just have more hours of training more than you. This is why I'm a bit better, but he didn't say that he's a god.
There's the issue. What Qi Ji Guang didn't say he's a god too. Read the classic in the which one in my book, the Kung Fu 1560. Another guy in Kung Fu 1560, Yi Da Yu. Right, Daniel, you read the book. He go to Shaolin. He defeat the Shaolin people. He proved that the Shaolin do not have technology anymore. And he go teaching the Shaolin, but he never said that he beat anybody.
Right.
And at one point, he and Qi Ji Guang was fighting the pirates. And guess what? People on top of them playing politics and demoting Yi Da Yu. So Yi Da Yu told Qi Ji Guang, no worry about it. It's okay. He got demoted. It is this type of personality where I respect from my heart. That is the real Chinese Kung Fu Grandmaster, Yi Da Yu. So if you look at it today, it is like the people like Kano and Mas Oyama is this type of people. Or the Gracia, the old Gracia grandfather. Or you have so many good coaches in Western boxing. It is these people make a difference. And my friend in Thai boxing told me that, oh, now we use a lot of sports science stuff. Because I know some of my Thai boxing friends since I was young, when I was living in South Asia, schooling South Asia. So what are you doing? You can get everything wiped out overnight. And in fact, it is gone. So this is what it is. So people, it might be people shocking, you know, Asia might don't like this. As what I say, call it your Kung Fu. Don't call it Wing Chun. And don't use it that this is ancient Chinese Kung Fu, because it's nothing Chinese, ancient Chinese at all. So what should I supposed to say? Should I tell this to you in the world, leave a record in the YouTube today to tell everybody? Or should I shut up?
No, you should tell the truth. The truth has to come out, and because then you give the people the opportunity to make a decision if they want to develop the correct path. If you don't tell it, everybody's continue living in the fantasy land. So it's very good that you highlight it and explain it for us.
So for that 2 video, is not that I'm selling my book. I'm just telling that we have this technology. It's already migrated to America. How many things there, including from the uniqueness, everything come down. To know all of this, it's only equivalent that you got a black belt in Kyokushin or BJJ. To know all this thing in my books, you need to have this to have like a black belt level. Otherwise, you don't have content, you don't have quality. Well, like Daniel study BJJ too. You have a black belt now,
yes.
right?
Right.
So if you look at the content, we've been study for this Wing Chun 1850 stuff and all the United States Wing Chun technology stuff. Isn't it that you have to have this type of this much knowledge to know what it is to get a black belt?
Yes, you have to know that. You have to be. Yes, you have to know, have the knowledge, and you have to be good at it. And there is a lot of, in BJJ is also always also about momentum, and it's really, and keep exchanging momentum all the time. So there is no, how do you say that? There is no stop. So when we spar, for example, we respect each other, which is really important. You don't have it in Wing Chun. Everybody's talking bad about among each other. And in BJJ, it's like, we respect each other. We just, we spar, and yes, and without the technology, it's not possible to get that far. So you have to be really, really, you have to train a lot. And when you train a lot, then you get the results. If you don't train, if you don't follow the teacher's instruction, so there is no use. There is no BJJ for us. So
the bottom line is that there need to be this much content.
Yes,
it is not being vague. Like I'm the grandmaster. Right. If you interview me, nobody ever better than me. I tell you. And then you take that, and then you go sell that. And then you say, well, you are my student, and then you know this and you know that, and then you keeping boosting me, and then to boost yourself. Like Daniel, you study with me and all this thing. Don't I look at your done VO2 max and everything? If you can do it,
yes.
You do it. You cannot do it, you cannot do it. Okay.
Right.
And then also your muscular endurance number. I want that number. So the entire thing is not me, it's the technology. So I'm not here to blame on the past generations. Okay, it is tragic of China that there are war, there are gaps and everything. But here on, you cannot continue on this way. But as what I say, everybody is free to do whatever they want. And I choose in America to implant everything down to America from China, from ancient China, and fuse it with science, because you need to have a way out. Otherwise, most people are talking like movie. Wing Chun is like movie. That's why I say, okay, you can. I just get fed up with all this nonsense movie, like you're fighting karate, fighting this and fight. Have you ever fight a real one? And why is that pulling all this racism stuff? Okay. Did General Qi Ji Guang pull racism stuff? He did. He is good. He is good. He protect the innocent good people, but he didn't mess around with other people. And also, that General Qi Ji Guang is some kind of god. No, you know what happened? Age of 55, he was released from his duty because of political issue, the emperor. Age of 60, he died. he is poor. He don't even have like the social security or the Medicare or Medicaid of America today. He died at age 60. And of course, you go through all this battle, you get injured and everything. So fighting have a payback you need to pay with your body. So he died at the age of 60. And you want to talk about Tai Chi, just read all his classic. Where is Tai Chi there? Where is the internal art guy? So what is the reality and what is the fantasy? Today people go for fantasy, like Xi Xiaodong and the Chinese guy, young Chinese, now make laugh at the 1950s, the fight in Macau. And the other day I saw that people asking how many seconds they can last. This type of grandmaster can last even to face Zhang Weili. How many seconds? So the thing is that the reality, I mean, I have no problem if people want to make money or anything, but there are certain standards there. And of course, I'm not the master of the universe or to control everybody or to rule everybody. That's why I chose to bring the reality to America, put it here. So disregard of what nationality, what race, what color of the skin, everybody can get access to the real deal of what the ancient is, not Hendrik's real deal, the ancient Chinese real deal. And as I put all the thing now mapped into sports science, that is with my own funding. So I give it to the world. I didn't make any money. No, I didn't. I like to follow General Qi Ji Guang, fine if I die poor. Look at Yi Dayu. All these are good people. Those are the model we want to study, like Bodhidharma, an Indian go to China. If he didn't bring that thing to China, well, the Chinese got the Zen. It never exists. But here's a guy who is playing upper hand and grandmaster, everybody bow at. Or that's why the other day I said that he even got beat up by the young Chinese and then he's okay. Those are the things which I cannot do. I don't know. I don't have that that type of cultivation. That's why those are grandmaster. So don't make a Wing Chun movie say, oh, we want to change the world. We want to change the Western world with our Chinese Kung Fu. If you want to change the world with Chinese Kung Fu, show it on Bodhidharma, the behavior of Bodhidharma, Qi Ji Guang, Yi Dayu, not Hendrik Santo, okay? And not other people, but those real people. This is about human, to be a human. So the entire thing is a serious problem now. And that's why I said the entire books I put down there, all this in the video, everything you add up, if you master everything, you like are getting a black belt. You need to have that much content. And then that much practice so that you can handle it, then you get a black belt. You need how many years? 3 years, at least. Then you go through it, right? Daily training, 3 years, doesn't matter. It's not about you are the best fighter or not. No, you need to know that what is the ancient Chinese is talking about in terms of today's science. So right now it is the issue that we like it or not, we need to face. What do you guys think?
I think it's the correct way to do as you do is to explain it and present it and show people there is, this is the true ancient technology and it's like this but you need to practice it, you need to feel it, and you need to get it so you understand your body and how to develop it. That's the only path forward. There is no looking back on these Kung Fu movies, because it ain't gonna make martial art moving forward. We need to go back to the roots, map it with modern sport science, have the measurements to see that you developed what you're supposed to develop, your body handling, your breathing, you building up your body, your health. That's the general goal of martial art, to build better people.
Exactly. It's not about just fighting. It's about, like you said, Dick, it's about building better people, like the ones that Hendrik mentioned, like General Chi Guang, General Yu Dayo, and all these good people. Not create bullies and fantasy fighters.
Yes, and like you said in your videos, one must have the code of conduct to be professional, not bullying other people, and have a good behavior, be a good human. This is a good martial artist, unless we're going the wrong way. All these movies, they make the ancient Chinese martial art. They gonna make it bad, and it's bad looking for others. And the funny thing is, I had also students or wanted to just practice or just have a free lesson, just to get to know Wing Chun a little. And they said to me, I would like to be like, I want to fight like in the movie. I said, there's no way to fight like in the movie. Forget about it. So I just said, you're wrong. This is the wrong school for that. So that's the mindset of the people. And it sounds funny, but it's sad.
Childish. It's very childish, to be honest.
Yes. And we're talking about adults.
Yeah, when I was a kid, I used to think about that. Okay, I love fighting. I want to be like this hero in that movie. But when you grow up, come on.
Yes.
You need something to develop yourself.
Right. That's a big problem, right?
So it is a problem now, because Xi Xiaodong is correct for what he see. See, up to now, I did not blame or blaming all these old generations of Wing Chuns or traditional Chinese martial art people, because their environments, they couldn't even find food, put food on their table. So I don't blame them. But for the young generation, stop making the nonsense movie, okay? People just look at this and laugh at you like hell, okay? So for me, is that if you don't know Wing Chun, don't bullshit around. Do you see the karateka make those kind of movie, beating the Chinese Kung Fu, beating Western boxing?
No.
Do you see the Western So the issue is that why you make this kind of movie, okay? And so for me, it's like we need to put people like Qi Guang, Bodhidharma, Yu Dayu back, so everybody understand that is the code of moral.
Yeah.
And we be able to live with everybody. We be able to learn, and we be able to improve. Not stuck into the movie. And then keeping saying this internal, that internal, or you just soft, song, bullshit. Even you say, keeping say song, you are not song. I know why. Simple, just go test your breathing, handling. So you look at a lot of people who in the seminar saying, you have to be song. Of course, you get a guy who have never trained anything to show the demonstration, but you still can hear their breathing, the so-called internal master's breathing.
Yeah.
And that's how bad it is. If you don't have breathing, you don't have internal, period.
If you don't have breathing, you don't have nothing, because if you can't breathe, then you get exhausted very quickly, and then you can't handle your body.
What
so
that's in the Qi Shi Guang book. It tells you right away. Get to the bottom of the line, okay? I mean the thing. So that's why I said all this now, the Wing Chun technology is planted in America and converted, mapped into science. And if I have time, I want to write one more book, which is about breathing. Because there's a lot of things that today people do not sort out. And that's why they don't know how to handle it. The Chinese, the older generation have the Kung Fu. But because it's never being really clearly presented, it lost. And everybody doing whatever they want. So right now, the technology in India is America. My job done. Because I'm no God, I'm no grandmaster, I'm just an investigator to put the thing down there. And that's what I said. Whatever I tell you here, I share with you here, can be proven in the history. Yeah. So that's why I said, stop saying that this is internal, blah, blah. Go to MMA. See what type of uniqueness you're going to find. Look at all the Chinese Kung Fu guy who went to MMA. What type of uniqueness they fight with? Compare with the BJJ, Thai boxer, Western boxing, what type of uniqueness they have? They don't have uniqueness.
Chain punches.
Yeah.
They think their uniqueness is chain punches.
So that is really sad. That is really sad. So I'm not here making joke at people, step at people. That is really sad. Okay. So this is for everybody today, you know. We need to open this up. I know people hate me. But hey, how about the ancestor? The Chinese believe that when we die, we go to see our ancestor. Will we be able to stand tall? How about the young generation, the future generations? So this is for you guys. See you guys.
All right.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.